The Avengers, issue number 8. That's right, folks. We're still going on with this. It's a book that I think people are liking. I don't know. I haven't heard many complaints from a majority of people, but I am complaining. I think this book is insane in all the wrong ways, and I don't really get how this is the flagship book for the Avengers right now. It's very strange. The Aaron stuff that we just came off of, yeah, that was big and epic in scope, but it felt more real in a strange way than this book. Where this cover, if you look at it, is literally 7 or 8 characters you might have never heard of before. If you haven't read the timeless books that Jed MacKay has done that appeared in 2 issues, I don't know. It's so bizarre that this is the Avengers book. And I guess that's just kind of the state of being for the Avengers right now, because they don't have a flagship movie, or they're not being in prominence anymore. They just kind of become this, which is just Jed MacKay ripping on the Authority and Justice League a little bit. Very strange. I don't really like it. And I don't think this issue is that compelling or interesting, because we're doing the same thing we did last issue, except now it's new characters again. It makes no sense to me. So this issue opens up. We're in the glass house. This is the home of Mirrodin, whatever you want to say. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a riff on Merlin, because all these characters in the Twilight Court are named after the Arthurian characters of the Round Table. We open up and we have Lancelot fighting Galahad, but they have slightly variations on the name. Not Lancelot, though. It's just Lancelot, but then it's Galahad, something a little bit different. You're like, okay, cool. They're fighting, just playing a little fun way. Then they go to talk, or I think it's just Lancelot that goes to talk to Arthur after, because Arthur is kind of stricken with the one of the other knights, Percival, and you're like, okay, look at this guy. He's just so cool. He likes Percival, and I was like, okay. Who are any of these people? Do you care about them? No. This is all because Belvedere and another one of the knights are talking to each other. It's Bersilac and Belvedere are talking to each other. It's look at how weird and horny the Twilight Court is. Arthur wants Percival. You clearly see that Galahad wants Lancelot, but Lancelot might be interested in Arthur. It's what is going on? He's got these 2 dudes who are this is insanity. And then Mordred shows up because she's yo, guess what? We got a mission to do. I know what we're doing. We have to go on a fight. We have to go find the Conqueror and the Citadel and the rivals, because we're doing a thing. We're doing a contest of champions, or an old story, what we would have normally done with the Squadron Supreme. I don't know. It's very strange. So that was before they went to fight Wanda and the Vision. But now the Twilight Court has appeared before them, and Wanda is just I don't know how to react to this, but I guess we're going to fight. So then it just becomes a sweeping brawl. They kind of just want Kang for whatever reason. And the only reason that the Avengers are kind of defending Kang right now is because at the beginning of the first issue, Kang came back to them. He's I'm being attacked by all these crazy guys that could be new action figures we'll never make. So please protect me, Avengers. But Vision notes we're kind of outnumbered here. If you want a fair fight, our other members are off going against nightmares. So Wanda has the bright plan. We should try to kick them out of their nightmares. It starts with the strongest of them. So she summons Thor. He's Thor, it's a dream. You can wake up and save them. He's oh yeah, you're right. This is a dream. I can wake up and save them. So Thor does that, and he assembles the Avengers from the dream world. And hopefully, because they're in the midst of the Battle of Nightmare, they can come back and help them fight the Twilight Court. I will admit that it is very bold of Jed MacKay to go immediately from the Ashbin Combine to the Twilight Court. That takes some courage. That was a group of characters that were over-designed and complicated, and now you're going to another one, but it's a little easier to digest because they're named Lancelot and stuff. So good for you, man. That makes it easy, I guess. I don't know. It's just a fight. Belvedere's I kind of respect the Vision. You're a noble creature, and I'm an engineer. And he's okay, that's a great thing to say. Mordred is kind of watching Percival because he's not joining the fight, because his blessing is victory and hers is sorcery. So he doesn't feel it's a fair fight if he steps in when there's only 2 of them. Luckily, the Avengers are working to rejoin their fellow teammates because they have escaped the trap of Nightmare. And he's I did it. You made it through. And they're like, what do you want? What is this all about? He's like, respect. Like, respect? You want respect, Nightmare? He's like, yeah, I've been wronged by the mutant Jean Grey, by the Warhound, General Strange. I'm Nightmare. They turned my realm into a joke. I want to be respected. And they're just like, that is stupid. If you could just, like, say you surrendered to me and I, like, won, that'd be great. They're like, that's stupid. We're not going to surrender to you. Also to note, like, Carol is in her new costume. Was she in the new one in the last issue? I generally don't remember. I know in Immortal Thor right now, Thor is in, like, his classic look, but this one is kind of like a blend of it. So, okay, I mean, not that it matters, really. It really doesn't matter. I just can't remember if that's what Carol was wearing the last issue. I don't think it was, but it does not matter, does it? They're not going to surrender to Nightmare just so he can have some respect. But Thor's like, yeah, okay, I don't care. You win. He's like, what? You're just going to surrender? He's like, yeah, I don't really care. I got more obligations than my pride, dude. Like, I have teammates in peril. I don't care. You beat the Avengers. Now just get us out of here so we can go help our friends. That's it. There you go. Big, grandiose stuff. Very Authority, very Justice League. Very big ideas that McKay wants to play with. I don't know why, but there you go. Wanda and the Vision are pretty much beaten, and the fight has barely even started because their teams aren't there. But that's when the Avengers show up, and you see Percival's like, oh, okay, now there's 7-on-7. Very fun. You know what that means, folks? Real fight time. Okay, you're doing it again, McKay. Like, I just can't be excited about this, you know? Like, this is literally the Ashman Combine stuff. You're doing it again. We have a group of characters here to take over Earth or save Kang or whatever. The Avengers have to fight them separately and then together. You're doing the same story you just did like a couple issues ago. Not even. Like, the end of the last one. It's like we're setting up the exact same thing. It's so bizarre to me that you're still doing this. Like, is it working? Are you, like, I don't know. I don't understand how this book is doing. But people seem to be liking it. Do they just like big, grandiose ideas for the Avengers? Maybe. But is it that big an idea? It's kind of like classic-y cosmic scale Avengers stuff, but it just looks worse because you have these over-designed characters from space working with, like, some guy, and they have like an interpersonal dynamic. Like, what if the Avengers were just slightly different from a different dimension fighting the Avengers? Okay, sure. But I guess Jed McKay did create these guys in a previous story, so whatever. Maybe it's for the best. So, The Avengers issue number 8. I'm going to give a 5 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.